Hey, good evening everybody. It's been a long time since I've done a video, and I thought that I would show some kind of fun changes that my husband made to the big barn up top. And just thought I would start down here with our queen, Ruby Sue. She is eating her supper, and she is in what I lovingly refer to as the barn. I don't refer to it as the barn, I refer to it as Bag End. This is a nice, cozy little hobbit home, and it has Christmas lights. When I first got my sheep, and the lady who gave me my sheep, Lee, she mentioned that, sheep don't really like to be completely in the dark. It's nice if they have a little nightlight. So I told my husband this, and he immediately bought Christmas lights for the two barns. Which is, that's just sweet. That's one of the reasons I love the guy. Anyway, this is Bag End. Nice little hobbit-sized home. And our queen is eating here. Ruby is 12, so she's the oldest, and that makes her the queen, huh? And I know that the lighting is terrible, and this video is going to be blurry in places, and I apologize for that. Out here we have Rohan. She and Ruby both get alfalfa pellets every night to try to help them keep the weight on. I know that Rohan looks plenty big enough and fluffy, but she, especially over the winter, starts losing weight pretty rapidly. And we're not entirely sure why. I mean, she has lost all of her teeth, but she still manages to eat all the alfalfa pellets I'll give her. It can take her a while to get them all down, but she does it. But yeah, for some reason, without the alfalfa pellets, she really gets quite skinny. So she and Ruby hasn't gotten super thin, but it's a preventative measure for Ruby because she is so old. Her teeth are actually in great shape. She is doing really well physically. I just do the alfalfa pellets for her because of her age, and I don't want to risk, I don't want to risk her losing so much weight that we lose her. So, all right, are you done? Okay, you can go in and eat your hay. I'm going to pick up her bowl so that they don't step on it. And then we're going to walk up. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to open this and then I'm going to walk up through a different way. It just occurred to me there's another gate I need to shut. So I'm going to open this up, and that way everybody can come into Bag End and eat. And Ruby and Rohan, hello Arwen, they can come out and eat in a different pile if they're so inclined. Hello little lady. Okay, so I'll go out through this gate. And get this all shut. And I put a rock here. Kind of helps the gate not be pushed too hard by hard, stubborn little sheep noggins. Am I talking about you? That's so rude. Yes, I don't have cookies. That's Daddy's job. Like it should be your job, Mommy. Good grief. All right. So, excuse me. Let's see. We've got some little sheep folks eating over here. We have a feeder out here. There's also one down at the end of the hill, kind of in front of Bag End. Let's see who this is. Well, hi. Hello, there's Dee Dee. And I think that's Janie. And I think that's Eleanor. It is really hard. Yeah, that's Eleanor. No, it's not. It's Deer. I think that's Deer and Dee Dee and Janie. Hi, Janie. Yeah, I see you. I don't have another sandwich for you. No, I don't. Janie and Rohan both get sandwiches. Hello. They both get sandwiches that contain corn syrup, which is just... Hello. I don't have anything, Rosie. I'm sorry. So Janie... try to keep my train of thought. Janie and Rohan both are showing signs of arthritis in their front legs. So they're both getting sandwiches that are just a folded up piece of bread that has corn syrup in it. And then I put their meloxicam and gabapentin inside of it. And I stir it all up in that corn syrup so that the powder doesn't fly out of the sandwich if they don't get a good grip on it. And that seems to be working much better. I used to use molasses, and then a couple of them would kind of catch a whiff of the molasses, and I think it was just too strong, and it really bothered them. So I switched to just light corn syrup. And then I started stirring in all the powder from the gabapentin capsules that I open up, and that just seems to work a lot better. Okay, this is, again, getting back to my Tolkien obsession. This barn has 2 parts, and we're going to walk down and see both of the parts. You can already see how bright it is, though. And I'll tell you a little story about that here in a second. Let's see, who is here? I don't want to startle anybody. All right. Oh, it's okay. Yeah, I just startled somebody. You are just fine. Is that my lobelia? I think it is. So this is big room. This is where we do sharing. This big room I call the Prancing Pony. And if y'all remember, sorry, I don't know why I said y'all, I'm not from the South. If any of you remember from the Tolkien stories, the Prancing Pony was where the hobbits ended up as they were running away from the ring wraiths, right? And when they go in, one of the barkeep, I can't think of his name. He has a name, and I can't think of it right now. Anyway, he says, "Oh, and we have some nice little hobbit-sized rooms that'll be just perfect for you," or something along those lines. So this room, bless you, is the Prancing Pony, and yes, we have Christmas lights. And then this room, hello again, Rohan. Hello, beautiful girl. This room is a nice hobbit-sized room. So it doesn't really have a name. It's just a nice hobbit-sized room. Hello, Garnet. He is our king. He is 10 years old, so he's the oldest of the 2 boys. So he is the king, and his mummy is the queen. The queen mum. Yes. You notice how bright it is in here. So, funny story. We had 1 string of Christmas lights. I don't even know now which string it was. I think that's the new one. You know, it doesn't matter. We had 1 string of lights in here, and it was, you know, it looked like the other rooms. But I came up here one day and it was burnt out. And I just assumed, okay, you know, it's literally burned out. So I went ahead and ordered another set of Christmas lights, and I told David about it. I wasn't real concerned about it. That was over the summer, and you know, it stays light out really late. Figured I would, if he didn't switch them out, I would mention it again like this time of year, right? On sharing day, actually it was the day after sharing, I think, we'd come out to feed everybody like we did tonight, and he said, "Oh, and I checked that strand of Christmas lights. It wasn't, the light string wasn't bad, it was just the power source was bad. So I plugged it into a different power source and it's fine. But I went ahead and hung that new strand of Christmas lights." He said, it's pretty bright in there, so go look and tell me what you think." And I'm looking at it like, it's perfect. It is literally perfect. It is a magical hobbit-sized room with a glorious amount of Christmas lights. Yay! And they have Christmas lights in the hallway. So I don't think this is exactly what Lee had in mind when she said, "Oh, you know, sheep really, they don't like to be in the dark. They like a little nightlight." Like, we got a full-blown party going on in here in the hobbit-sized room. And I'm good with that. I figure anybody who doesn't like it to be, you know, quote-unquote bright, they can go sleep in another one of the rooms. Hello, Dee Dee. Would you like to come in and eat? Hello, sweetheart. You can come in if you'd like, baby girl. And honestly, for the most part, they sleep outside. They very rarely sleep inside, only if it's like, they don't even mind the rain, but they don't like the rain blowing in their faces, so they'll come in if it's blowing really hard. Same thing with the snow. They don't mind the snow, but they don't like it blowing in their faces, so that is when they will come inside. Is it nice, Garnet? Do you like your Christmas lights? Yes, I like my hay better, but sure, they're nice, Mom. It's great. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys that. Also, I wanted to let you know, I know that many of you, hello Freckles, and everybody, can't tell for sure who all that is. Hi, who is that? There's a little, oh, there's Eleanor in the back, and there's one of the little babies. I mean, they're all the same age. Eleanor is the same age as one of these little babies that I'm talking about. And Freckles is a little bit older, aren't you? Yeah. Oh, Radagast, you're such a bully boy. But when I'm talking about the little Black Welsh Mountain girls, they're the little babies. Yes. I'm going to come back in here and I'll tell you my other thing. Just because with the lighting, it's actually easier to watch Garnet eat than it would be to look at whatever I'm trying to show you outside. It's just too dark. Anyway, other thing I wanted to tell you about, I know that a lot of you follow me on social media or you're a member of the Ravelry group. So you've probably already heard this ad nauseum. Well, there's that big brown boy. Hi. Yes, you're so handsome. You be nice to your king. Big old boy. Oh, you don't want to eat there? Alrighty. Well, oh, hi. I don't have any cookies, buddy. I'm sorry. That was a waste of my time, Mom. I should always have cookies. He didn't get sheared on Saturday. He looks huge, and he feels huge. But he's doing the same thing that Rohan is doing, where they look really, really wide and big. Well, hi, stickers. But if you feel their spine, there's just not as much coverage on the spine as there should be. And his wool is not growing out as fast as it used to, so I just decided let's not stress him out. Let's let him keep his wool. And he'll be a happier boy this winter that way. Oh, girls, you're fine. So, I'm going to tell you something. I swear I will get to it eventually. You've probably already heard about this, but I did want to put in a plug for my sweater weather contest. The other day I was thinking about that sketch on SNL with Amy Poehler and Maya Rudolph, where they're talking about sweater weather and they cannot wait for it to be, oh, it's sweater weather. Oh, sweater weather. It's my favorite time of year. It's the sweater weather. Cracks me up every time I think about it. And I was thinking about October, and October is hands down my favorite month of the year. This is my favorite season of the year. Hello, beautiful. My little Lobelia princess. Definitely a little hobbit in the hobbit size room. And I was thinking about all the yarn that I have in stock, and I thought I should have a sweater weather contest. So the contest is this. If you go to my website store, www.blainefleeceandfiber.com, sorry, I forgot that part, and then look up at the top of that home page and you'll see store. So click on store. The first entry, the first thing you can buy are sweater weather raffle tickets. And each ticket is $10. And on November 15th, hello again, Dee Dee. Why didn't you just eat there? On November 15th, I will draw a winner from all the entries, all the raffle tickets that were sold. And the winner will get to choose between 10 skeins of yarn from either Dee Dee, who is right there, or Arwen. And Arwen, you saw Arwen probably, maybe, I don't know. She is, well, let me talk about Dee Dee first since she's here. Dee Dee is a bit of a mutt. Oh my goodness, you're so pushy. Be nice, Dee Dee. She gets to eat dinner too. Dee Dee has lots of different breeds. She is the daughter of Deer. And Deer is a Finn Sheep Suffolk, and then Dee Dee has a bunch of other breeds in her. I believe Rambouillet, Dorper, let's see, Finn Sheep, Suffolk, Dorper, Rambouillet, and Merino, I think. And her, oh my gosh, her roving, her yarn is so pretty. It's a very cool brown, very light brown, very cool tone to it. Gorgeous stuff, and it's fingering weight. It's a 2-ply fingering weight. Arwen's yarn, which is the other option for the winner to choose from, is Icelandic, purebred Icelandic, and it's a beautiful heathery gray, very soft fingering weight 2-ply also. So I think it'll be fun. I want to sell my stuff. I really do. It helps pay for these guys' hay, their vet bills, their animal cookies, for goodness sakes. But even more than that, and I'm not blowing smoke here. Hi, Janie, sweet girl. Not exaggerating. What I love the most is knowing that this wool right here, oh, Dee Dee, I'm sorry. You're being silly because you like to be petted. I want it to end up in other people's hands. I have enough of their yarn and roving to last me till Judgment Day, folks. I have so much. And I'm getting more. I have more coming from the mill probably the end of this year, both yarn and roving. What I want is this to go out into the world and be made into beautiful projects that make other people happy. That, oh my gosh, you have, maybe you do, maybe you understand. That is so fulfilling for me when people send me pictures. Somebody recently sent me a picture of a finished shawl. I'm just going to park myself over here, buddy. Hi, sweet man. That she had made from Cupcake. I don't know if some of you remember Cupcake. She was my big Suffolk, Hampshire, and we lost her last year to a tumor, to cancer. But now her wool, her yarn was knit up into this beautiful Shetland hat. It's just gorgeous, and I mean, I get very choked up. I get very verklempt. Another SNL thing. Very verklempt. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic. Yeah, I'm kind of silly about old SNL. Anyway, the point is, it makes me incredibly happy knowing that this wool is out there in the world making people happy. A dear friend, her name is Pam, she made the most incredible poncho cape. I think you could call it either one. I'm going to call it a poncho. And Pam, if you're watching this and I got that wrong, I apologize. She, first of all, hand spun all of the wool for it. So I think it might have been my flock in a box, where it was a box and it had 1 ounce each of roving from every one of my sheep at the time. She hand spun all of this, and the majority of it is Garnet here and his mama Ruby, and then there are stripes throughout the whole thing from different sheep. And then she used these pewter buttons that came with Flock in a Box that I had specially made that have, it has an engraving of my Mikey, who was one of my original 3 sheep, one of my original trio. I mean, I got very, very choked up when I saw this. She sent me pictures of her wearing it. And it's just, not to sound trite or silly, but it is truly magical to see this wool out in the world from these beautiful creatures making other people happy and warm. So that's what I want. And doing this contest, this makes me happy. I've sold several tickets so far. I would love to sell some more, but whoever gets that is going to get, they're going to get 10 skeins of beautiful yarn from sheep that you can be assured have been loved. They have been loved so much that they have Christmas lights. Huh, Dee Dee, so many Christmas lights. She says, yeah, it's very bright in here, Mom. It's very, very bright. This is actually kind of nice for doing a video, though, in the evenings. Yes, it is, huh, Garnet? So anyway, go to the website, take a peek. Pardon me, Dee Dee, I'm sorry. I know that startled you. Good heavens. Take a peek at the 2 yarns. Take a peek at all the roving that's for sale in there, too, while you're peeking. But the Sweater Weather raffle tickets are the very first thing on the front page of the store. So I hope you'll check it out. And boy, this is going to be a long video. This is a long video. And I appreciate anybody who's sticking with it and watching the whole thing. And thank you as always for following us and caring about these wonderful sheep who I love so much. All right, I hope wherever you are that you are safe. Dee Dee, I'm not going to get you, I promise. That you are safe and healthy and that you are doing okay. Take care and take care of each other, folks.